an attack. You see, this was an attack of the enemy in the middle there. Satan was there. He was in the garden. You know those stories, the snake you saw? Even Jesus was attacked. And Satan was trying to throw one last blow against the kingdom, against what God has. Did you know that the enemy is trying one last time to keep you down, to hold you back, and you're about ready to break through? That's why. It's not an accident why you're here. It's not an accident why you're serving God. No. God has a plan for you. God wants to break something open. Here's the thing. Could you take Jesus' words to you and let us go? Arise. Rise up. Don't stay. See where God is taking you. Jesus was there and he was wrestling with some things. You're going to wrestle with some things. But you're going to solidify some things at the end of the day. No. It's God. God started this. God's going to see me through. No, it's God. I want to go here. No, I want to go there. No, I'm going to stay with God. So you're going to solidify some things in the struggle. But eventually you're going to see your future. You're going to see where God is taking you. And you know that the cross is your destination. You know that the resurrection, the Son of God being glorified, you know that the Father is more for you. So you rise up out of your state. You rise up out of you and you go to church, you pray, you go to work, you do what God has called you to do. You do those, and then God is with you and God helps you and let us go. Here comes my betrayer. Here's what I want to say, my brother, my sister. I don't know where you're at, or I'm sure you've been battling some things. I know that there's some things that you've been dealt the blow with. And you're here wondering, is it ever going to go away? You're here wondering, how long is it going to be? Oh, in Babylon, they were there 40 years. And here's what, right before the pandemic, I don't know if you remember, like 3 sermons, I talked about this before. I kind of think in me, it was somewhat prophetic. And here's what the word was saying. It says, listen, you could talk all you want. It's 40 years you're going to stay there. That's what God was saying to the people. He said, listen, this is a correction moment. And you're going to stay in Babylon 40 years. But he says, listen, and here's where we get that Jeremiah verse where it says, prosper. That's a verse when they're in captivity. We think that's a verse that, no, that was a verse when they were in correction, when God was disciplining his people. He says, listen, I don't want you to stay down. When you're in Babylon, I want you to still marry. I want you to build some houses. I want you to buy and sell. And don't just think that this is a time that's being wasted. It is a correction time. It is a time where I'm disciplining you because you didn't listen to me when I try to warn you over and over again. So I brought you into this place to do a work. But he says, listen. And now he starts showering things of hope in them. And that's where 29:11, many have their mission statements, where it's a calling. But it was a calling in captivity. But at the end of the day, God didn't want them to stay there. When they came out of it, some people wanted to still live there. Some people wanted to say no. So God sent the prophet and he says, no, this is over. You're not here anymore. That was good at a time. Good, you build houses. You created a factory. You became a business. That's all good. But here's what I have for you. And God was calling them out back into what he had. Listen, my brother, my sister, God may be calling you to another level. Don't resist him. He has somewhere he's taking you, and it would be easy for you to say, no, this is my home. This is where I got to be. This pandemic has been tough. It's been tough